fact. Mommy love black, that's a fact. She love Morenos, she love Moreno.
Hey yo, Mike Smooth, boy over there think he good looking. So he left her with me, said I'm fat and ugly. Well, good looking. I'm the oldest out of 6, baby. Son of Freddie B. You see the swag on that ball? I'm with it. It's gone, dog. Mommy love black. Super Bowl, Tom Brady, these birds, I come back. Man, the kin of me, storefront, and we at. I'm too heavy to be shopping at the Gap. She love Monano. Put your knees on, see he driving Moreno. Please stay in your lane, bro. I send them all around now. Bobby Pin flow, see I hold it down here. Get it? The attention is noticeable. Some of my songs, she can quote it for you. That's right. And just kick up is what you do. All the Desert Storm mixtapes, you ain't pick up on the clues. I gotta back out like a pickup. What you do? Text her things like pick up, nigga, when I'm through. In an hour, you could come through. Mama love gold, though.
Yo, welcome everybody to the Jedi Sportscast. This is the force of sports betting. I'm your host, Sports Betting Jedi, here with my brother from the same mother, Podcast K. What's good, bro?
What's up, y'all? What's going on, man?
Yo, man. So, like yesterday, like always, you know, the podcast plays went 4 out of 5. Your plays swept. Mine went 2 out of 3. The only one that did not hit was Cade Cunningham over 9.5 assists. But the other 2 cash. So as long as you played out straight bets, you just won at an 80% clip. Most people can't even hit at a 40% clip. So we're doing very well for you guys. VIP also hit a bunch of bangers in there last night. That's just the place to be, you know. What's good though?
Not much, man. I'm just glad to see my picks hit, you know. They hit at the baseline, which I give, and also the ladder that I gave. You know, I told you guys could go Michael Porter up to 30 and Donovan Mitchell up to 30, 35. I think he finished with like 43, and then Porter finished with like 33. So it was a really good night to have picked those 2 picks. The other 2 picks that hit as well. It was just a really good night to listen to what we said.
Listen, I mean, I even gave out Isaiah Stewart for 2 blocks. He got that in the first quarter. That was plus 118. And then I gave the Josh Giddey for 2 threes. That was like plus 100 as well. That cash. So that was easy stuff. You know, get y'all rolling. There's absolutely no way you shouldn't have made money last night if you'd have played straight bets. If you parlayed, then depending on how you did it, it determines the outcome. But like we said, we try to preach to you guys here on the free channel to do straight bets before you do anything to make your money. So always secure the bag first and then worry about taking a risk after that. So today we're going to start with a few topics today. So I've been looking at the NBA, you know, a lot of surprise teams in the lead right now. And a lot of teams that we would never have expected to be doing really well is doing pretty good. So to you, who is a surprise team in the NBA to you so far?
I mean, like you said, a lot of teams playing well. I know it's early, but just looking in the standings, a lot of unusual suspects sitting at the top, you know. One that sticks out to me most, given their youth, the Detroit Pistons. It's currently like the second best record in the league behind the champions, OKC. Just surprised at how well Cade's leading that team, you know. Not for nothing, Jalen Duren is having an outstanding season. He's changed his game. I turned to the game the other night. He's dribbling the ball on top of the key. I'm looking like, man.
Absolutely.
Loads of young talent on that team. I like the kid on the bench, Holland. And I also like the Thompson brother. He doesn't get enough credit as the one in Houston, but, yo, that kid is the truth, man. So Detroit is definitely standing out to me. We've been doing a lot of Detroit talk lately.
Yeah, man. You know, that's where it all started for you, at least. So,
Yeah.
you know, and in Detroit State, yeah, man. Only thing about Detroit I don't like, they got to do something with Jaden Ivey, man. They gotta do something with that, and get a piece for that. I just don't think he fits that team well. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan,
Yeah.
but I do like the pieces on their team.
I want
One of
somebody around them. When I say them, I mean Cade and Darren and Thompson. That's more of a 3-point threat.
absolutely.
That's the
Yeah,
piece that
they should never got rid of Fontecchio. He's killing it down there in Miami.
him. Yeah, yeah.
He's killing it down there. One of the top 3-point shooters in the league right now. Um, so for me, I mean, it's not really a shock, but it's kind of a shock because I don't think anybody really expected it. But we're gonna go out to the West. I think the surprise team in the NBA right now is probably the Los Angeles Lakers, sitting at 15-5, second place in the Western Conference, a loaded Western Conference at that. Um, I just don't think that we expected them to jump out to this type of race right now, especially
Mm.
with the minimal pieces that they have on the bench. So I am definitely a little surprised by the Lakers, but I mean it's LeBron and Luca and Austin Reeves. You can't really be
No,
too
yeah,
shocked. But remember, LeBron's been out a lot, almost most of the games anyway for the season. So it's just like for them to be doing that, I think that's pretty remarkable right now, especially with a depleted bench.
yeah. I'd have to agree. With that bench, that's what really sticks out to me most. Knowing that LeBron wasn't there so far, 75% of the way they earned that record without LeBron. Um, and about 4 or 5 of those games were without Luca. I remember Austin Reeves was going nuts in the beginning.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
yeah, they've done a lot of that shorthanded. A lot of those 15 wins have come without their two perennial stars. Um, that's definitely a big surprise in the league. Um,
absolutely. I mean, and did you see the Lakers game last night? I mean, I gave out Luca for 30. He dropped 20 in the first quarter.
yeah, I didn't see the game, but I saw the results. I saw the tickets coming in and the wins coming in. So
Yeah. Now we had a nice little late parlay last night. That was exclusively in VIP. So that means as the night is progressing and I'm watching everything that's trending in the league, I ended up sending out a parlay of Luka Doncic for 30 points and Nikola Jokic for 10 assists. It came out to a plus 168, but I signaled that as a max bet. So anybody in VIP, when I tell you max bet, they automatically know that's a $300 minimum bet that you're going to be placing on that. That's an absolute lock. It cashed in the first quarter for the Lakers, and Jokic got that by in the third quarter. So he had 5 at halftime, and then he ended up with 10 before the third quarter was over. Not even 3 minutes into the third quarter, he had 10. So that was easy money. So now we free rolling into today with a nice little bankroll. So today is December 2nd. We got some picks for today as well. So what's one of your picks for today, man?
uh, my first pick for the day. The line's currently sitting at I believe 5.5. I'm gonna take Jalen Brown for 4.5 rebounds tonight against the New York Knicks. Um, he's been a big rebound guy lately. Tatum out. All those rebounds can't go just for Cater, so he's been stepping it up on that end. He's been rebounding the ball. I expect him to get 5 to 7 rebounds tonight, but safe bet. We're gonna go Jalen Brown over 4.5 rebounds tonight versus the New York Knicks.
Cool, I like that. It's going to be one of the featured games on NBC tonight. Marquee game, rivalry game. Celtics definitely got to, um, they got to bounce back. They're sitting at 11-9 right now. So Jalen Brown being ahead of the snake, I think that's a good play. He's been rebounding pretty well in the past couple games and coming off a triple double. I think that's a good look for you right there.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, just he's been playing really well. My opinion, he's neck and neck with Jason Tatum. Everybody likes to act like one is head and shoulders above. Both. I happen to be a Jalen Brown guy as opposed to a Tatum guy, and I think this season they're not doing so well, but they're not doing so bad, and he's really getting to show how good of an offensive threat he is. Um, and going on these explosive performances, having these explosive outages, scoring the basketball. So I think it's a big Jalen Brown season, and no reason why he doesn't get those 5 rebounds tonight.
Absolutely. I'm with it. I'm definitely going to be playing that. I'm gonna look at the odds and I'm gonna play it. But either way, that's gonna be one of those plays I'm definitely straight betting, and then I'm gonna use that as a parlay pick as well. So we're gonna be right back with the second topic of the day. Just stay tuned. All right. All right, we're back. So another conversation we're gonna be having on the show today. We're looking at who is the best big three in the league right now. So when you look at any team in the NBA and you look at their roster and you find a big three, to you, my brother, who do you think is the best big three in the league right now?
Um, well, I'll start off by saying I have my own personal big threes that I like. Um, but when I think of the best big three, uh, I may have to go with the three out west. LeBron, Luca, and Aiton. No, I'm sorry, LeBron, Luca, and Reeves. Um, my bad, jumped the gun with Aiton. Not a fan at all. Um, those three guys are all capable. That's three dudes right there that can get a triple double, on a nightly basis. Any one of them can go for a triple double, all on watch. All capable of scoring 20, all capable of getting 10 rebounds, all capable of getting 10 assists. I think that's the best big three. When they're clicking, it's hard to beat the Lakers. So, I think that is the best and most versatile big three. Not much defense coming out of that big three, but offensively, that big three is nothing to play with, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I don't really see another better big three in the league right now. I mean, there's a bunch of them that do equal up. I do like the three out there in Toronto. I think that's a good three, even though you can never really bank on that, especially with Scotty
Question.
Barnes.
I got a
But
question. So that big three in Toronto, who gets the third spot? Is it Quickly or Barrett
for me,
for you?
I'm going Barrett, man.
Yeah,
I think quickly is nice, but the big three for me is going to be the head of the snake is going to be my man Brandon Ingram, silent killer. Then I'm gonna go Scotty Barnes, and I'll go RJ Barrett. A lot of people will be giving RJ Barrett a lot of slack, but he's shooting it pretty well from the three. Um, a lot more efficient these days than his New York days as well. Um, and he's one of the better defenders between him and Brandon Ingram. So I'm gonna definitely go with RJ Barrett over Emmanuel Quickly. But Quickly's up there. He could be three. It could be 3A and 3B in my opinion.
got you. And yeah, not for nothing. RJ Barrett's one of those rough nosed players that doesn't get the credit because he doesn't have the most finesse to his game. He plays more of a bully style, not really the flashiest, but he gets it done. He gets it done. Um, he's not gonna wow you. You're not gonna watch him and be like, ooh, but he's gonna get those same numbers as the guys that's ooh and ah, and role players, and just a really solid player on both ends. So,
Absolutely. But I
I
mean, at
think
the end of the day, my best big three is still gonna be those three out in LA, man. I like the Reeves, Doncic, and James tandem. I like that a lot. Um Two guys you can't stop getting downhill no matter what. All three guys they could definitely create their own shot, but their best ability is getting everybody else involved. So
true.
when you have a depleted bench like that, you're gonna need as many playmakers as you can to draw attention to drive and kick. So I definitely like that big three out there as well. So we both agree on that. So I think that's we getting that topic there right there. For the second pick of the day, I'll drop my pick for that. We're gonna go out to the Portland Trailblazer game. They're gonna be playing against actually my second favorite big three in Toronto. They're gonna be at Toronto. So I'm gonna be looking at my man Shaden Sharp. Um, Highly underrated player. If you don't know him, you might want to get into him. I like Shaden Sharp. I like him. We're going to take him for over 2.5 assists. That's sitting right now currently at plus 148. That's a lot of value. So with that being said, you absolutely should straight bet this. Also straight bet it just because there's a guy on that team named Denny Avia who does a lot of their playmaking, especially with Drew Holiday out. But look for my man Shaden Sharp to go over his line of 2.5 assists at plus 148.
Yeah,
All right.
especially out against Toronto. He's on the wing. They got a lot of good defenders. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on him. You know, they know he likes to score it. They're gonna put him in position where he's gonna have to definitely facilitate tonight. So
Absolutely.
I can definitely see him getting those assists probably early on. That's a good pick for plus what?
Plus 148
No, that's a great pick.
for
Uh,
three.
yeah, I'll be playing that. That's a good pick.
For three. For him to drive and kick. I'm not going to even say anything else because I got other plays, but he, Shaden Sharp over 2.5 assists. All right. We'll be right back. All right. All right, bro. We're back. So now we got another topic. All right. So we already tackled who the best team in the NBA, well, the surprise team in the NBA is for us. We both came up with that. We both agreed on the best big three in the league. But now, looking at the league and looking at the scope of the league the way it is right now, which team do you think needs to make a move? And if with that move, what move do they have to make in your opinion?
Um, I'll be honest. I got a lot of stuff down here. A lot of teams need to make moves. I keep seeing the same teams at the bottom every year. I'm sick of it. You know, teams have loads and loads and loads of talent, and they just can't put it together. And they're bringing the same team back. Um, go down the list. I got the Pelicans. They desperately need to make a move. They're 3-18. Whether Zion is 300 pounds or 185 pounds, it's not working out. We're gonna have to. We gotta make moves. Move Zion. Reshape the franchise. Um, got a lot of good guys out like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Um, Dejounte Murray comes back. They got to figure something out there. Um, I don't know what the problem is. Some nights he looks like he wants to play. Some nights he doesn't want to play. Um, but I just feel like he's not a guy. He's shown that he's not a guy that you can build the franchise around. As good as he can be, as good as he is, he's unreliable from a health standpoint and just from a anytime you have to question if your star player wants to be there, it, it's time to just shape the shift. You know, shift the shape. My bad. It's time to shift the shape, man. He's got to go. He's got to go.
Well, where are you going to send them? Where would you send them so you can get something valuable in return, or at least where would you like to see Zion at? Then
It's not really where I would like to see Zion. It's more or less who else I would like to see in that system. You know, you got those two great defenders. You bring in a big time scorer. Like, honestly, this will never happen. But if they had like a Paolo and Caro over there and Zion in Orlando, he just seems to be cancerous. I think Paolo would thrive in that environment. That would be one heck of a team. Um, I even like the big they got the small. He's an undersized big. What's the kid's name? Queen.
oh, Derek Queen,
Yo, phenomenal, bro.
yeah, he's good.
Phenomenal. Really good
He's good.
player. They need to go
But
after another star player.
don't forget they got my man Jeremiah Fears down there too.
Jeremiah Fears. They need to go after another star player. You know, a star for star swap. Let's get Zion out of there. You got a lot of good pieces. You got Alvarado on the bench. They have something. They have something. They got to get rid of Zion, man.
But what you think about Zion in New York?
Yeah, but who comes there from New York? Who would you give up for Zion in New York?
I'm not giving up anybody for Zion on any
Me
roster, to
either.
be honest with you.
Me either.
But
Another
I'm
team that
and I think Zion's great, but he's not a player that I would want. But I mean, I would like to see Zion in New York, but at no cost. So if that means the Knicks get him in free agency and not lose nothing, I'd be fine with that. I don't really see where I would like to see Zion. I mean, any other roster that doesn't really make sense unless you send him to San Antonio. That might be good, but I
yeah, but
don't.
they ain't getting that. For him.
They ain't getting that. That's not
They
even an
ain't getting
option.
that from healthy or
They
hurt,
ain't.
or crooked or broken. They ain't getting him for
They,
that.
even if he was retired, they ain't getting that
Yeah,
from him.
I would go
So
a good star swap that I don't see happening, but it would be nice to happen. I would like to see Book on that team. Um,
in New Orleans,
I would like to see Book in New Orleans. Devin Booker, Dejounte
don't
Murray.
you don't you? I think he's been in NBA purgatory long enough. I think he needs to go somewhere else. To be honest with you, I think he needs to go somewhere where he doesn't have to be the main focal point, but he's definitely the second
Yeah,
scoring option. If anything, Devin Booker should find his way over to the Philadelphia 76ers, man. That's what I
yeah,
think he should do. Especially since you're getting absolutely nothing out of Paul George and Joel Embiid. I think him on the Philadelphia 76ers with that backcourt they already got in Edgecombe and Maxey, I think that would be great. Quentin Grimes is already playing great for you as well. Kelly Oubre's on the pine because he's hurt. I just think that would be a good fit for him there, man. And at least they're sitting ninth in the East right now, so it'll give them a nice little push. Unless you decide that you want to send him to somewhere like Miami.
yeah,
You know, I just don't think he's the East Coast. I don't think he's a West Coast player at this point anymore. I think he needs to find his way to the East Coast with a nice backcourt where he can play a little bit off two or off three and be the second or third option, but a highly productive player at that point too. Where he's not the main focal point. I mean, it's terrible right now in Phoenix. You got Dylan Brooks averaging more points than him. I don't want to hear it.
yeah.
Get him out. He's in
And then,
purgatory. Get him out.
and another. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks back we were talking. And it sounds funny because they're playing really well, the Houston Rockets. Um, but just looking at the guard spot, I don't love this kid running the point guard. I'm not a fan of it.
Who,
Um,
Thompson?
not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. You remember
But
who
I
I
mean,
told you
Fred Van Vliet's out.
exactly? You remember who I told you I would rather them go after and get him back down to his position where he can rebound and play that dunker spot.
Well, remind me.
I wanted them to go after Trey Young. Give up Flynn, give up Van Fleet. You give up. Who was I saying? Van Fleet, and maybe I said Eason. And
Yeah, they can get rid of those two.
They
They
bring
can
a
get rid
Trey
of
Young
those
in
two.
there. Man, they getting
It's already
jewelry.
yeah, and it's
They
it's already becoming Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson team anyway.
Jalen Johnson.
They're sitting seventh in the East, but how long is that going to last? And then free Trey Young too, man. That actually does make kind of sense to Houston, and they'll be able to spread the floor even more with that.
Yep.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I just see
Um,
everybody getting to play their natural role. You got this kid playing the point. He's doing all right,
yeah.
but we like him in that low block dunker spot where he can offensive rebound and bang the glass and let Trey set NBA records with all those assists he'll be getting out there.
No, absolutely. I agree with that. I like that. For me, I'm going back to LA with it, man. I think the Lakers need to make a move. I'm not a fan of the DeAndre Ayton, really. And like I said previously, their bench stinks.
Yeah,
They
I think
need
they
to make
need to
some
improve.
moves. One of the moves that they definitely need to do is they need to clear up some roster space and bring up RJ Davis out of the G League. You definitely need a backup point guard that can stretch the floor, especially with those three guys that can get in the lane and command so much attention on the offensive end. You need a guy that can snipe from the outside, but also get in the lane as well and dish as well. I think getting RJ Davis would be great. Um, but what they should do is they need to be making their phone calls over to Sacramento. They need to get on that highway, go over to Sacramento, and figure out what they got to do to get Domantas Sabonis. They're obviously in rebuilding mode, and I don't even know why Sabonis is even out half the time. I think they're just trying to shop him. I would see what I can get with Aiton. I don't want to get rid of Jake LaRavia though. I like Jake LaRavia, but get rid of Dalton Connect. Get rid of DeAndre Ayton. If you gotta give up what's that dude's name from the Minnesota Timberwolves that came over? Vanderbilt. If you got to give up Vanderbilt, get rid of him too, man. Go get Sabonis. At least with
Yeah,
Sabonis, you're gonna get a good 20-10, 20-12 actually for on a nightly basis. He can facilitate as well. You need somebody that can help also facilitate that second lineup. You don't want to be expending 40-year-old LeBron as much as you can. And then without having anybody else substantial coming off the bench, you're always relegated to have at least two of your stars on the floor at all times, giving one of them a rest. Just go get Sabonis, call up RJ Davis, and then get on the phone and you need to call my man Malik Beasley. That's what you need to really do. All right. Y'all have no 3 point
Yeah,
shooting. Call up.
yeah.
I don't know why Malik Beasley's still on the pine, chilling in the crib. Y'all need to go get Malik Beasley.
He
This
didn't do it. He didn't do it.
yeah, he didn't do it, bro. All right. Go get Malik Beasley, call up RJ Davis, get on the phone, drive up to Sacramento and get Sabonis. That's what y'all need to do, man.
Yeah,
And if you
and
can,
also
get and if you can, get Malik Monk back.
get Malik Monk, call the G League. Let's get Oladipo out of here. Let's go down. Who's the GM over there, man? We gotta call. We got. I'm sorry, man. We got to get rid of this Bronny James show. I can't watch another game of this. I can't watch another
Listen,
game of this.
you saw LeBron giving Dylan Brooks a thumbs down because he couldn't score on Bronny.
Yeah, we gotta get
Oh
rid of it.
man,
It
it's
was
a
beautiful.
shit
It
show.
was nice to see, but we've seen enough.
Listen,
Uh,
call Bronny back up when they decide that the Lakers are going to draft Bryce, so we can have the family reunion for a night, and
and
that's
we just
about
won
it.
it for one night, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely,
done.
man.
No more
Drop
Bronny James. Send
drop
him to the
Bronny
G League.
James. Drop Bonnie James, pick up RJ Davis. Call Malik Beasley, get him on the roster. Call call Sacramento, drive to Sacramento, do whatever you gotta do to see what they talking about for Demontis Sabonis and Malik Monk. That's what the Lakers need to do. I don't have nobody else that needs to be making moves at this point other than those two.
Yep. Victor Oladipo would be nice to see him get out of out
And
of G League.
I,
He's killing.
Victor, yes, Victor Oladipo. Those are guys that you can just put on your roster and just automatically a
Dude, at
threat.
least at least we'll know the names of the bench players over there. I can't name you five guys on that Lakers bench right now.
No, that's a fact. That's right. And to be honest with you, I don't even think they can name themselves. To be honest,
It's
I think
ridiculous.
they're getting dressed, eating popcorn on the bench, and cheering on LeBron. To be honest with you,
Crazy man, but
a lot of them looking like chauffeurs. But it is what it is. All right. So we're on to the third pick of the day. Go ahead, bro. It's on you.
so on to that third pick. Big game out west. Oklahoma City Thunder is actually visiting Golden State. I expect a big game from Steph and a big game from Shea, who gets the rights to my third pick of the night. He fell a little short of 30 the other night, but tonight he's going over 30. I'm taking Shea Gillis for 30 points against the Golden State Warriors. Um, if I had to guess, I would say he'll be around 18 for the half. Finish
Listen, there's
over
no Steph
30.
Curry either.
Oh, it's no Steph tonight?
Nope.
Yeah. Shea Gillis 30, Thunder minus 8.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So we're gonna be coming back. We got one more topic after this. After the topic, there'll be one more play as well, and we're gonna be wrapping up. All right. So stay tuned. All right. All right. Short and sweet, but we're back. So last topic of the day. All right. We've been talking about the top three dunkers that you like of all time. All right. So I don't know if you want to go first on this one, or if you want me to go first. My three is gonna be a little, you know how I do. My three is gonna be a little bit different. A lot of people are gonna be like, but I know basketball, man. I like
So
what I
is
like.
this, are these like dudes that showed out in the dunk contest, or is it like top three in-game dunkers? Because a lot of the dunk
I'm
contest
talking
joints
about
are in-game.
in game dunkers. I don't the dunk contest and all that nonsense. It's great. VC, Jason Richardson, guys, Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon, guys like that. Those are great. I'm not talking dunk contest, man. I'm talking about in game dunking.
Mm. Well, for me, in terms of in-game dunking, just off the dunks they've been able to pull off in-game, I can give you two. I can't give you three. I have to think on my
Okay.
third pick. I'll give you my two. We'll shuffle over to you and see if I can come back with a third. Um, my top two so far all time will be Vince Carter. You can't. I can't not give him that. Um, Number two, I'm gonna go with Gerald Green. Vince Carter, Gerald Green, and I'm gonna have to get back to you on number three.
Yeah, that's funny. You're definitely my brother because you stole two of them from me. Jesus. All right. Well, I'm definitely going Vince Carter. I'm definitely gonna go Gerald Green. Definitely. Damn, yo, you being my brother just makes it difficult. But
Damn.
I gotta bring it back, man. I gotta bring it back to my guy. You know,
Swift.
Stromile Swift, baby. Stromile Swift. You see that man coming down the
I
lane, you
knew it.
better move.
I
You
knew it.
better move.
I knew
You
it.
know, man, yo, listen, if you don't know Stromile Swift, go on YouTube, look up Stromile Swift. Just watch his in-game dunks, man. The man was insane. All right, he was one of my favorite players back then. A human highlight reel whenever he was in the open floor. And if he was in the half court, just look out because if it's a shot that's going up, he's probably coming down with it. I'm definitely going Stromile Swift there that's my top three in-game dunkers of all time. Vince Carter, number one, he's got to be the GOAT. Number two, Gerald Green, and number three, Stromile Swift.
Number three, I'm gonna go Blake Griffin. Um, Off the top of my head, just thinking of some of the highlights. They're playing over in my head now. I'm gonna go Blake Griffin.
Yo, you know who also has some good dunks on people too that
Who's
people will
that?
never talk about. Gerald Wallace.
Oh, for sure.
The
For
Gerald
sure.
Wallace was a bad boy too, man. Oh
Sure.
man, yeah, he was nasty too. He was nasty too. All right, so let's get on to my fourth and final, the fourth pick, or my final pick for the day. So we're gonna be doing four today, not five. Um, we're gonna keep it with the same game for me. We're gonna go back to the Portland Trailblazers versus the Toronto Raptors. I like Jeremy Grant for over 3.5 rebounds at minus 136. All right. So same thing here. It's gonna be a high matchup. Both teams are full of playmakers and stuff like that. But they're not really the greatest shooting team. Either one of them from the arc. So we're gonna go Jeremy Grant for over 3.5 rebounds, just strictly because both teams can't really shoot that well. I expect it to be a lot of rebounds, a lot of long rebounds as well. So that will be my second pick for everyone. However, I do have a whole list of plays that I do like and I have for VIP. VIP, I have a plus 360, I have a plus 210, a plus 500, a plus 158, a plus 390, and I'm not even done really deciphering the whole NBA slate. However, y'all know we tackle NHL as well, so I'll be looking at that as well for VIP to send over to you as well, and that. But you know, VIP in VIP we never really stop. Um, that's just how it goes. It's from AM to PM with us. And after the first slate of the 7 p.m. games, depending on how everything is shaping up, especially if we're free rolling, that's when I'm looking for some more value, and I'm going to be throwing in another parlay for us to make money on before we go to bed, or at least while we're sleeping, we wake up to some cash. Anything else from you, bro?
No, that's it, man. Listeners get paid. Um, Hope everybody has a great day, and see you guys tomorrow, man.
All right, cool. And one last thing, congratulations to everybody that did win yesterday. Like we said, we went 4 out of 5. That's an 80% clip. For everybody else that didn't make money, I'm sorry that you didn't. If you parlayed and you took Kate Cunningham and you lost, let that be a learning experience to first secure the bag by playing the straight bets first. Then you worry about parlaying. All right. So, like we always say here on the show, risk is the down payment to success. If you don't take a risk, you're gonna be stuck where you're at. That's where we're gonna leave you at. And with that said, so long, see you sucker, bon voyage, arrivederci, goodbye, good riddance, peace out. Don't let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord Spitzer. Don't come back around here no more. Hasta la vista, kick rocks, and we're getting the hell out of here.
All
Later.
right.